No, it was a small group of us trying to work our way through that one.
Yeah, I wasn't here.
They cheered when I showed up, so they're like, "We have a quorum."
Yeah.
Makes you feel loved, though, right?
I know.
We sure was a cheer or wasn't a groan like, oh, now we got to do this thing without.
Yeah, now she sits in the parking lot and counts heads before she gets out of the car. Right? That's right. Oh, got a thing, gotta go. I apologize for not having the applications in your package. I had set them aside and did not include them, so you have them now before you.
Wow.
Anybody here from Juliet at all? Then she must be on her way.
Oh, hand typed.
Did you give me one of those too? Oh, you did? Ready to make the application on top, for the left hand. Should have been right underneath that page underneath your thumb.
110 sites.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you, thank you.
If you had a typewriter, actually, I would prefer to do it all on a typewriter.
Really? Go get you an old Crown Royal or something. You could.
There's probably one stored someplace in this town hall, if
When I
not
mess
here at the
up-
trailers.
When I mess up, it's like, hang on, I gotta wait it out.
You gotta wait it out.
I gotta wait
You
for it to dry.
Yeah.
My typing instructor in high school said, "You're wasting my time, your time in ink." When I took keyboarding.
I took it because I wanted to build the finger dexterity and strength for playing guitar.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I probably still type better than I play guitar.
I took typing on, like, sort of, it wasn't a computer, but it was still.
A word processor more.
Sure.
Yeah,
I guess you
I think
still
that's
put
what
it,
we
like,
call it.
backspace.
We had a backspace where we were not supposed to use it, was what the deal was with ours. And I actually had a computer at home and I was used to using it all the time.
Yeah,
And he
no,
would
we-
scold us if we did that.
No, we didn't have that, and that class kept me off honor roll like 4
How about the old typewriter with the black ribbon where you went ding, ding,
Oh,
ding,
yeah,
ding?
black and
ding?
red.
And that was
Remember those.
before the electrics.
Right.
That's my mom's store.
Where I come from.
My
The old
husband booked
Royal.
about this amount of
And the keys would
typewriter.
get stuck in the
I'm gonna have
middle
to find
trying
one
to
and
get
show
in
it
there.
to her.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what a typewriter is.
Yeah, it'd be very cool to show her one. This little machine.
She wanted to know what a VCR is. I mean,
I think do you still have one of those? I might be able to show it to her.
Saw something that was like, that little disk icon that you used to save documents. Kids are using that and have been using it forever. I have no idea
what the
it
fuck
is. Yeah.
Well, she already knows because we use so many streaming devices. Like, she already knows if she doesn't want to watch something, there's other things that I can put on for her, so she gives me the remote. Sometimes if we're actually watching, like, PBS, she's like, change it. I'm like, this is what's on. I can't. That's it.
right.
The remote is broke.
Yeah, she doesn't get it.
That's what, yeah. That's
Are we on, Shannon?
I'd like to call to order this meeting of the planning board for October 5th, 2016. We have a full quorum of 5 members. Let's have the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have any amendments to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on. Acceptance of minutes for September 16. There's a few of us here, but did make it through.
What's that? No, that's her ordinance.
Okay.
I think you were missing the current ordinance last time,
Oh, that's
Yeah,
and you had asked about it. I'd set it aside.
Isn't that cool?
I looked at it.
Look at that. That writing. Nice. My mother can write like that.
So there were only 3 of you here.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mike,
Hmm?
did you need a package?
I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I have an extra copy.
I also have an extra, if you need it.
Anybody see anything, Larry?
Nope.
Can I entertain a motion?
Motion to approve the minutes?
Second it. All those in favor?
I'm gonna abstain because I was not here.
I abstained because I wasn't.
Will you?
Okay, and
Okay, so we're all set with that?
while you're at it, the 3 of you that were here, would you please sign Mindy's work product so I can
Awesome stuff.
get it in?
Where do you want to get it from?
And after the meeting, I'm gonna need you to sign paperwork for Dory Holston. You've had it since July to review. So, I think it's time to get signed. John? Where's the other one?
Mindy?
And Miss Mindy. So we'll amend that quorum.
No, she's, I don't.
Alternate.
Should we have one?
She is an alternate.
Yes.
Sorry about that, guys.
So you're not gonna amend the quorum because Juliet's an alternate?
Plus Juliet, alternate.
Nice to see you.
Hey.
Okay, so
Time to breathe now.
minutes have been accepted. Continuing business, unless we have any amendments to the agenda, we have no continuing business. New business. Kenneth and Glenn Hewitt, step right on up. Tell us what you want to do.
We're looking to expand our 9-site campground to the previous 37 sites that were there, and expand the water and septic onto those sites. It was previously above ground. We'd like to put it in ground and put sewer to those sites. Pretty minimal earthwork. All the sites have already been cut. They've been closed down for I believe it was 15 years from the previous owner's thoughts. And we'd just like to reopen those sites. That's the existing.
And update them.
We're not proposing any buildings. We're not looking to do anything dramatic over there. Just looking to put those sites back in.
Are the 9 sites currently operating?
Yes. Yeah. We had trying to go through state approval, and the only thing that we're looking for state approval is the top water filtration system. It's going to be going through for that. So.
So when the original sites that shut down 15 years ago were shut down, all water, sewer, and electric was taken out? Or
Water, sewer, and electric. There's water and electric that are there, but there was cut off.
Okay, yeah.
In their previous boxes. Some boxes are there, some boxes are not, stuff like that. So that would
Need to be updated. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't rely on
Yeah.
those systems. I would, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Put new.
yeah.
Now, is there, because there are the 9 operating, is there a reason, is there additional licensing you have to go with the state to go above the 9? Is there a reason there's
There
only
is
9
not,
now?
I'm currently under, I can go for the state licensing. I believe it's up to 30, I think it's 45 sites, I believe, with the current licensing, but I have to go through the water program. I'm just under it with the tappings that I have for the people that I have there for not to be on the public water source. Once I go over, once I put that next one in, I'm in the public water source, regulated by the state for that, which I just assume be regulated anyway. At that point, I have a lot of people over there, and
Sure.
I don't want to have to deal with, not being like that. So.
You say you want to stay open year round. You're going to run water and sewer underground year round.
Yep, it's there now, and we have thermal lines we put in, and there's heat coils that go into there, and then the site's not used. You just pull the heat coil off, and you just turn the shut off. It's like a it's almost like a horse barn, but it's got shut offs and stuff. It's a little more advanced than that, but yeah.
Do you operate year-round currently?
We have a lot of people that come in November, December, like leaf peeping and stuff like that, coming up through. A lot of Canadians coming down, transit just coming through for a couple nights and then heading back down to Florida. I do a lot of that in springtime too. They come back up, stay for a couple nights, and then head to back up to Canada through that way. So, and I just bought it a couple years ago too. So this is just from what I've seen in the past 2 years. So I can't say it's successful if they're doing that all the time or what's going on, but our minimal advertising is doing pretty well as far as I can see now.
So were these tent sites, RV sites?
RV sites.
RV sites. Oh, yeah. Right.
People are
I
tough.
know. We agree.
It's possible.
There's some dedicated people out there, I can tell you.
Do you have to expand and update the septic? What's that?
I am, yeah. There's 2 proposals for an expansion of the existing to get it to the 2,000 gallons per day. And then there's another system in there that would be for the existing expansion. I have a little extra wiggle room on that. I'm gonna put 6 sites on that expansion of the old one, and then I'll have a little bit extra or add-on or something for additional somethings later on if we wanted to put something else in. Who knows down the road, I don't like to max out anything. I just assume leave a little extra than max out everything that I have.
There's three tanks running into one field?
Yeah,
Is that what I'm saying?
there's two, Bonnie was gonna spec out for 2 tanks, but I asked her to put 3 tanks in, cause it'd be a little bit easier for me to run the sewer with the 3 tanks instead of the 2 tanks, but, she was gonna spec out 2, I think 3 is a lot more. The more sediment you can pick up before it gets into the system, the better off you're gonna be if you put them in series, so.
Mhm. Did he just put in a new field in 2013?
Yeah, that was before I owned the property, but
Oh,
yeah,
you
it was-
didn't put it in?
I didn't put it in, no.
That's the one we're gonna expand.
That's the one we're gonna expand, yeah. We have,
So we'll have a new one plus expanded on that one.
yeah, so that's the print of the existing and the expansion proposal. And Bonnie did the did that original, and she's doing the expansion as well, so I figured the same person, plus she's, lives in Durham, so it's fine with me.
Paul, do you know if there were any buffer requirements associated with that communication tower that are part of their conditions for the cell tower?
I don't, but I can try to look, and it's although the file seems extensive, it's a little hard to track through here.
Yeah.
There is a plan in here with some, see if I can find, I'll be looking.
Okay.
So what do you have for water now? So kind of capacity?
Yeah, we have a top water well that's been doing all that for a long time, and we also have a well on top of the property that is bored, and I just scoped it, and it's actually a dug well beside it flowing into the bored hole. That's how they're getting all that water for that, yeah. And then there's another one.
That's unusual.
Yeah, I know. And then there's actually it's a freshwater spring pretty much that fills the whole thing. I haven't tested. There's nothing that needs to be done with it if the water's flowing. This year is kind of a dry year, so I had to pull water from the farmhouse. There's a drilled well by the farmhouse that I've been filling my regular well when it gets dry, and then it goes from there, so. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's six wells on the property, so.
Really?
All top water. I know. So when I get a water guy down there, they say, well, you have to decide what you want to do and where you want to go and which one you want to pull from and this and that. And I'm like, well, I'll use this one for watering, for, outside watering. I'll use this one for something else, and, and because I don't want to pull 700 feet in one direction if I don't have to,
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Do you think you have the capacity for that many sites?
Yeah, he says that we can get 20 gallons a minute out of that one well. That's that paperwork's in there, yeah, so
That's a lot.
it's a lot. But that's all top water. I drilled a well. I drilled a well 800 feet, and it didn't get any water with a drilled well. So now I'm like, well, we'll just do top water for now till I get onto the back side of the property, and then I can,
Try
and then I'll
again.
try again.
Sounds
Sound familiar? Across the room?
Somebody else have a story like that?
882
Across
feet.
the
I
room.
just pulled the cat today. I was like, ah.
wow.
I threw my wallet in there once I pulled the cat.
Cried a little. No.
Julia and I both drilled wells this year.
Well, anybody else got any? Anything?
Go through the
good?
application checklist?
You good? Okay.
All right.
Who's gonna be recording?
I will do that. Unless someone else really wants to do it. Do I have to read numbers 1 and 2? Or do I start with where? Does anyone have to read numbers 1 and 2 aloud? Yeah.
I'm gonna say no, but
It's a lot of reading.
you can ask our
We-
chair.
We can read it in silence
Okay.
Read to yourself.
and go to number 3.
Numbers 1 and 2. Okay. It looks like number 2 is actually making sure we got.
Received by the CEO,
Oh,
Dave.
I think Paul initials that one.
Yep.
All right. I'll start with number 3. A fully executed and signed copy of the application for conditional use approval. Complete. A site plan with date, scale, and north point drawn at a scale sufficient to allow review of items listed under the approval criteria, but at not more than 100 feet to the inch scale for that portion of the total tract of land being proposed for development. When practical, a standard size to incorporate characteristics shall be used for all plans. The plan application shall show and contain the following, etc. So we've got the site plan, I believe.
Got it.
Complete.
And I have that 24 by 36 here for the file.
Okay. Owner's name and address, the name of the engineers or surveyors or both preparing the plan.
Harold Cochran, well.
This is
This
an
is-
old
Yeah,
plan.
because that's before
Yeah.
it's transferred.
Right, all the additions is done by us, but that's the recent survey, so I'll just say
Maybe we
that's
can
a
just
record of that.
write the
Yeah.
name and address on the file copy.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, file complete. Names and addresses of all abutting property owners. The applicant shall also include a copy of the abutters signed return receipt notices or shall submit a signed acknowledgement of receipt by the abutters. I think I saw those.
So
We
then,
can put those in, yeah.
did you bring your receipts?
We have the.
I have all my greens right here, yeah.
Yep.
You want
All
one?
in
Yep.
Yeah.
Complete. Sketch map showing general location of the site within the town as required in number 1 above.
That's on the print as well.
Top corner,
What's that?
top left corner of the
Okay.
Top left.
survey.
So Julia, are you in a butter? So that's probably a conflict.
Thanks.
Well,
She's
Yeah, I was gonna ask that, but I got here late, but I think,
she's an alternate anyway. So.
yeah.
Right.
All right, so we'll call C complete. Boundaries of all contiguous property under the control of the owner or applicant regardless of whether all or part is being developed at this time.
What number are we on?
Did you
Or
buy
under
it?
D.
So do we have contiguous property?
Did you buy the whole thing?
What's that now?
Did you buy the whole thing?
Yes. Yeah.
Is there contiguous property that you own? Adjacent to it?
No. That's the sketch right there, that's all we have. We have had enough time with that.
So we'll call that NA? Yes?
Correct.
Just looking if we don't have abutting properties or something like that.
Is the boundaries of all contiguous property under the control of the applicant? You guys don't have any. Zoning classifications of the property and the location of zoning district boundaries if the property is located in 2 or more zoning districts or abuts a different zone, and of an aquifer protection district or resource protection rural district boundaries.
We checked all of the boxes. Resource protection, flood zone, and wetlands.
So we've got rural residential, and do we have the boundaries of the resource protection zone? Where's the resource protection?
Is there resource protection on this map?
I don't see it on the map.
We had Paul brought it to my attention that we may be on wetlands. The entrance to the campground was on wetlands, so I had EPA come down and write a paragraph on what was going on with that for research.
Put a copy of that in the file.
Yeah.
From Jen Harris came down and did a site evaluation.
So is that why it's listed as resource protection, was because of that? Or was it on our map as well?
Because of that portion that she had looked at, but
Okay.
the part that encroached the NERPA had pre-existed NERPA, so there was, it's a grandfathered circumstance.
And it doesn't look like there's anything on our map, right?
No,
And what about flood zone?
no.
Flood zone?
It says that it's on the application as flood zone.
Is there flood, is that front part in the flood zone?
I think so.
I don't think you have flood zone.
That's probably last year.
You guys didn't happen to look at the FEMA maps, so it's a little pain in the butt maps now.
Is this property in a flood zone? No. Are there any wetlands on any of the property? No.
It's just listed above under
But
the
up above,
overlay.
under overlay, it is.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, overlay
That's what
district.
I
I
saw.
don't know why it would be in a flood zone
Okay.
there.
That small portion where the NERPA is also listed on the property maps to be flood zone.
Ah,
Oh, that's why.
So it's just the very front.
Yeah, where the wetland is by the drive area, the entry.
The piece that was written off by the EPA.
As the NERPA, DEP doesn't have anything to do, DEP doesn't have anything to
okay.
do with flood zone, but she accounted for NERPA and shoreline zone, but not for the flood zone.
so that's where the drive hits 136?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we need that, the boundary, some kind of boundary drawn on our map?
No.
I think we,
No flood zone, is it?
There is flood zone there at the beginning, at the entrance, it's marked on the town tax maps as flood zone.
How did they remark then?
Yeah, I have a problem with the town maps as far as,
reflect the FEMA
yeah,
When that floods, we're in trouble.
informational purposes only.
Right?
Mm.
What the heck's gonna flood there? The frog pond?
Well, I mean, the cell tower's there, I mean. they
that's
wouldn't
all
put 'em-
upland. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
your,
upland,
your
but-
proposed development appears to be
Right.
all upland
But
of
the entrance to the,
Never
to the
seen water sit.
entrance to
yeah.
the, you know,
the drive, right?
to the drive to get to the cell towers right there, I would assume that it would have been fine then, it's fine now, but I don't know. We'll do whatever we need to do.
I don't believe there's flood zone there.
Entrance is where they came to check it out and said everything was fine.
Right, it was pre-existing.
It's a
Right.
different, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
different people, different approvals.
We wanna go on and go back to it?
Okay.
Yeah.
The bearings and distances of all property lines of the property to be developed in the source of this information. The board may require from a boundary survey when sufficient information is not available to establish on the ground all property boundaries or zoning classifications.
So do we
have
distances? Residential.
Site distances?
Say that again?
Distances.
got these little like
Cool.
setbacks and stuff. We got
The setbacks are actually on a separate page.
Yes, it's a,
Yeah.
oh, that's what that is. Oh.
I couldn't figure
Yeah,
this
so
out.
that's- I'm sorry, it's-
I looked at that
It's done by
and
the-
said, what is
I was like, I don't know
that?
what this is. Somebody else explain it to
It was
me.
done by the surveyor, so I was like, I'll throw it in. You know?
But do we have setbacks for like the new sites?
This, probably not.
To the property line? I mean, I think on the right-hand side is the.
Yeah, we have, I know it's right around 100 feet to the center of the line, but right here, there's a piece, a little pie-shaped piece that the school district still owns, or I don't know how that comes about.
oh, this, is that,
I think it was
Yeah,
an
it's
old
a little-
turnaround or something for a bus.
oh,
It actually used to be an old
time ago.
school.
Yeah, pretty
that
sure there was a school.
That was there,
at one
because the lady, I think her name is Madeline, lives across the street.
time. Used to.
And she said that her family used to own that, and she used to go to school there, so that's the only reason why I know that. And then, but that, I believe it's 57 feet from this pin right here to the edge of that. So it is pretty close to that little pie-shaped piece, which is, it's a dumping ground. There's piles and piles and piles of just stuff over there. Piles of dirt and old bottles and just
So
stuff.
who owns that?
The school district does.
Or- so is it transferred to RSU
The
5?
school district owns this?
No. Well, I don't know why the school district.
Yeah,
owns
it's
anything.
just-
Maybe the town?
I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, you got there's little pieces and chunks of stuff, it's just.
Where is this on the map?
Right on the
It's like a little
Right on the
wedge.
edge.
right on the edge right here. As
Okay.
as you go down Old County Road.
Okay,
I have a bigger map back here too,
Yep.
if you guys wanna look at it.
Mm.
yep, see it now.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah,
Surprise.
it's like the road frontage, when they put the new road in, they never conveyed the frontage back and forth.
Yeah,
and-
so we have all these things we can't do because there's.
Is that the date, 1880?
Oh, I went down to the Androscoggin Registry of Deeds, and I'll tell you what, that's some
Mhm.
chicken scratching on paper, and I don't know if they read it on. They
So
did
it's
the
not
contracts
showing
over
up on
breakfast or
FEMA.
something, or what, I don't know.
It's current FEMA maps, there's
Okay.
no floods.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nothing on the FEMA.
The most current flood maps from FEMA don't reflect any flood zone on it.
Okay, so we're good?
So we probably should take that off of your application. You don't wanna be.
So we're calling E complete?
Well, it's, yeah,
Or-
because it doesn't exist on that land, so true.
Right.
Or, yeah, okay.
So we're still working on F.
So we're working on Fs.
Thank you.
So I guess my concern is that we don't have setbacks.
No, isn't that's a separate question, though, right?
Is it? I don't know. What is it? Bearings and distance, oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
G is
We've got
location of building setback.
Alright, so we'll call F complete.
Yes, that's
Right.
complete.
Okay,
Right.
so G is what we were kind of talking about now, the location of all building setbacks required by this ordinance, but they're not buildings.
I didn't put anything on there because we weren't proposing buildings, but I do have existing buildings on the property. That's why I figured that this from the survey would be adequate for what we had.
So just for clarification, you're simply reopening something that was approved in what, 1987?
I believe it was 87 or 89.
Yeah.
So you're essentially
And updating.
re-upping, updating, and then turning it on,
Yeah.
but it was approved by the planning board at one point.
There was 110 sites that were approved by the planning board at that time.
That's-
But the
Yeah.
paperwork does reflect from the planning board from 1987 that any
Just look at it.
abandonment was ceased to exist.
Sure,
So it's like,
sure.
it's new application.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Right, you still have to go through the
Yeah.
state and everything's got to go
Right.
be reapproved. That's what they were wondering at the stage. Why did you close them down? I go, whoa, I just bought it. I didn't know, I don't know what's going
I
on.
wasn't there, I wasn't
Right.
there.
Right.
Right.
Because they thought that they shut it down, you know, but it was not the case.
I'm just checking to see if there are dimensional requirements listed under our campground piece that we might need to be shown. So 250 feet from the normal high water of any pond or river is a dimensional setback. Which,
That's standard,
yeah, it's no,
Shorelines
but,
on-
yeah, exactly.
not narrow, but shorelines on.
Right. That's, yeah, it's mostly just shoreland issues that are listed as dimensional requirements on campground section.
It says building setbacks.
Hmm.
I mean, that's just for the application anyway, but I don't know how we're gonna determine any setbacks if we don't know them.
Okay. So do we feel like we want to have dimensional setbacks from the sites to the boundaries
To the boundary,
added to a plan?
especially to the left side.
So should we just put that piece as incomplete?
We don't have that measurement, do you?
I have it's 57 feet from there.
You just measured that the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 57 feet to that pin on that print
Of the little piece.
of that little pie-shaped piece that they're
Okay.
Mhm.
that this school owns.
So if we amend the plan with that, does that get us where we need to be?
I'm good with that.
Okay,
Call that
so we're all set
Okay.
with G?
So that's complete, G?
location, dimensions, and ground floor elevations of all existing and proposed buildings on the site.
Propose we waive that since they're not proposing buildings.
Makes sense.
So,
Wait,
not applicable?
Not applicable.
Aye.
Location and dimensions of driveways, parking and loading areas, and walkways existing and proposed. We've got driveways,
Looks like it's,
we've got parking on here.
There's nothing new.
right.
You have enough turnaround parking area or?
Yeah.
Plenty
You'd be surprised how big these things are that come in.
Oh, yeah.
You have
Oh, yeah.
You have 90 feet. Really? I don't want to disconnect my car.
Yeah.
Oh, they're monstrosities. They want to put. They're like, you have 100 amp services. 100 amps? Really?
That's what my
I know,
house
who's
is.
gonna buy a house?
Yeah, they got these big diesel pushers that come in. They want 100 amps to plug in. And I'm like, well, you can plug into this one and then go down there and plug into that
Plug
one
into
over
that
there if
one,
you want.
yeah.
I don't understand.
Wow,
it. Yeah.
100 amp service on
Yeah,
that?
they got those. They got those new heaters in them there.
They're all heat pumps.
Yeah, the heat pumps.
No way.
They're trying to put the heat pumps in them and all that stuff,
Really?
and they're coming from Florida, so they're cold, you know. So they want to pump these things
They
through.
don't have,
In
a-
an RV.
yeah, they don't have the gas heaters anymore. They use
Is
the
a heat pump, you get both
Everything's
heat and
electric.
air conditioning, so they don't have to put in the separate units.
Never
Yeah,
thought
That's
of
They
it.
don't
crazy
do
though, because
propane
nobody can
anymore.
hold, I mean, what campground has 100
Right.
100 amp service, yeah.
amp service?
Probably do in Florida.
Yeah.
Apparently they do in Florida.
You're gonna fill the campsite and the whole town of Durham's gonna brown out.
Well,
Lights are flickering.
Right.
Coming down.
I'm calling that.
Okay, so I's complete.
Okay.
Looks good.
Yep.
Location of intersecting roads or driveways within 450 feet of the site.
The driveways are on there, there's a little dotted
Yeah.
lines, I apologize for that, I should have wrote it on there.
As far as driveways, but they are on that site plan.
Is there anything going the other way?
There is, but it's quite a
It's
ways.
split.
Yeah.
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 So complete.
Yep.
Except for dwelling units not using a common subsurface disposal system, the location and dimensions of all provisions for water supply and wastewater disposal, including the soil test taken pursuant to the requirements of the Maine State Plumbing Code, complete description of soil conditions, type of subsurface or other wastewater disposal system, and draft plumbing permit application for dwelling units using their own individual subsurface disposal system. A preliminary soil test under the Maine State Plumbing Code must be provided. All applicants shall include evidence of distance of water supply to wastewater disposal system, and evidence of volume of water available to satisfy the needs of the proposed use, including for fire protection.
So with all these wells and septic, you still have 100 feet between all of them?
So the state plumbing code for campground sites served by individual water and sewer hookups requires 75 gallons per day per site. So that's the requirement under the state rules. So I don't know what,
75 gallons per day
per site.
Per site, yep.
per site. So you've
Yep.
got 30,
We have tanks.
you will
for-
have 36.
Yeah, we have tanks, we're gonna have, the existing system is gonna be bumped up to 2,000 gallons per day, and then we're putting another site in for 2,000 gallons a day. So it'll be, yeah, $4,000,
4,000 gallons.
4,000
Be more than that,
gallons.
honey.
You wish. You were thinking dollars.
I'll be happy if I break even at this
Yeah.
point in time.
Like I say, with all that septic and what, how many wells? They're all 100 feet away from each other?
Oh, yeah, yeah, there's plenty.
Okay.
Yeah, there's actually, you can see the circles on the, on the
Oh, yeah,
on the
we did big
maps.
circles.
It's
along
350 feet, 350-foot circles.
No, you had, how many wells did you say you had?
It's a certain, once the well starts to supply a certain number of occupants, it becomes a public water supply and not like a residential well, so the distance is quite a bit more in requirement for subsurface.
Right, and then you,
And Bonnie, on the plan, drew everything out to make sure that she had all those clearances correct,
Okay.
where the septic systems are in regards to the existing wells.
Mm.
So, did you say you had the well tested?
yep,
Is a copy of the test results in the plan,
should
in
be.
the package?
I don't know if it is or not. I don't think it is. I don't think I did put it in there.
Yeah, so the state testing for public water supply is more extensive than we would generally get at our homes as well.
Yeah, it's every month, and you have to do.
Yeah, we had somebody come down and
Yeah,
spend
it's-
the day.
But you had,
That's why I
I'm sorry, you
drove
had
it
it
up.
flow tested, right? You had mentioned a certain number of
Yep.
gallons a minute.
And that's in there, yep.
It's in the package?
Yep.
Good, okay, good, thanks.
Yep.
Okay.
20 gallons a minute?
Yeah, it's, I don't know what they got going on there.
That's a good well.
Well,
Yeah.
sustained flow, or I don't know. I don't know how they do that, to tell you the truth. I guess that's why I'm not a well guy.
So we'll call that complete.
Yes.
The location of open drainage courses, wetlands, stands of trees, and other natural features with a description of such features to be retained in any new landscaping planned. Any buffer areas required by this ordinance will also be shown on such plan. We've got the drainage marked. We talked about the wetlands.
Buffers? Oh, we not
I
talking.
assume the green is representing kind of the buffer.
Trees.
Yeah, this whole thing is
The
tree.
whole thing is trees.
Yeah, I knew this was.
Yeah, so you're not planning anything, or,
No.
no,
No.
it's what's already there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we have
we're
plenty.
just trimming what's there so that the
Yeah.
campers can get in. There's nice big old trees. We're not looking to take
Yeah.
any of that down.
We're kind of Yeah.
unless it's
I
wrong.
like the,
You know?
they cut the property next door to me, and, oof, they cut the property next door to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's never gonna happen.
That was loud.
Right, complete.
Wait,
Kind of a tree.
Direction of drainage across the site, both existing and proposed.
Do we know where the drainage goes?
I see one arrow with a little slope.
Slope.
The drain should be the pink, right?
Yeah, it's just slopes away. It's a, the cell towers, everything slopes away from the cell tower. It's the highest, one of the highest
High quality.
points, so.
Yeah, there's a couple high point slopes.
Yeah.
And the pink is where everything
Gotcha.
okay,
drains out.
got it.
Complete. Location and dimensions of existing and proposed signs.
4x7 signs marked on the map.
Any other?
There's one sign at the beginning of the driveway.
Yeah, the entrance is a
It
sign.
says Durham Leisure
Yeah.
Campground.
Any planned new signage?
Saw that sign for
No.
years and wondered what the place was.
That
Yeah,
sign.
well, we didn't even know it was a campground until we wrote it on there, and then letters peeled, so we just had to order plastic.
You're not the only one that said that either.
Yeah, it's funny.
But no other
No other,
proposed
no,
signs,
sorry.
no.
Right, complete. Location and dimensions of any existing easements and copies of existing covenants or added restrictions.
All the easements are in the packet.
Complete.
Okay.
Location and type of exterior lighting.
We just have a couple lights at the sign, and there's one for
Mhm.
security lighting up at the parking lot, and then we have building lights around the main buildings, but
Is there any that's gonna be added?
there's none that are added, no.
Complete. The quantity, location, storage, and containment of any hazardous materials or petroleum products in excess of 50 gallons intended to be stored or used on the site.
Everything is propane, and it's all by Down East Energy. Does all the filling of propane and stuff like that.
In excess of 50 gallons.
I would assume they're more than 50 gallons.
Pretty big things, yeah.
Yeah, they're just for heating and stuff like that. They're above ground tanks. I have a 100-gallon. I have a 100-gallon tank. There's plenty of tanks over there.
Is that a petroleum product?
It's a hazardous material. It's not a it is actually a petroleum product.
It is
but-
petroleum.
I think it's probably more of underground storage tanks as far as gasoline and stuff like that, as far as leakage and stuff like that. Is that what that's in there for? Or storing?
Because those are just outside the campers for their heating, is what that is.
Do we feel we need that marked? Okay.
Is it new?
It's existing.
System.
You're not proposing any more.
No. Can't afford to pay anymore.
Mm.
Cheaper than it's been in 30 years.
Yeah, you're right. It's true.
Board members?
I'm gonna say NA. 'cause
NA.
there's
Yeah,
not
It sounds like
adding
an NA.
anything.
Yeah, he's not adding anything.
Okay.
A utility plan showing in addition to provisions for water supply and wastewater disposal, the location and nature of electrical, telephone, and any other utility services to be installed on the site.
These 100 amp services need cable and telephone wires to them too.
We have Wi-Fi to the campground, so
Okay.
there's no, and everybody, it's an AT&T cell tower on the property, so we don't need phones, nothing like that
So you-
either, so.
Can you say telephone wire?
You might get a few with service.
You're gonna come in looking for a dial-up connection?
There might still be some there.
Did you did show where all the electrical is gonna go
Yes.
in regards to each of the sites, right?
Yep,
I think they're on separate.
yep, there's overlays of a couple of them with that big 2-foot by 3-foot print.
Is it on here?
Well,
It's on a
these.
different
But
print.
they're on the
What's
big
on it?
prints.
There's several different plans here showing, this one you have. Grab that one. water. You still want
Can you see it?
Electric.
Oh, so look up its sewer.
Thanks.
Does anyone else want to look at it?
It's complete from here.
All right, completes. Planting schedule key to the site plan indicating the general variety and sizes of trees, shrubs, and other plants to be planted on the site. I'm assuming that's an NA. What did I do? Copies of applicable state approvals and permits, including but not limited to any applicable state highway entrance permit, provided, however, that the board may approve conditional uses subject to the issuance of specific state approvals and permits where I determine that it is not feasible for the applicant to attain them at the time of conditional use review.
So I think we saw the email in the entrance.
Yep, right.
DOT, yeah.
But I don't think we have a copy of the campground license. Do we? Did I see that? Oh.
I can get you that.
Yeah, if you'll just get that to put in the.
But there's two parts to that, because the expansion's gonna require issuance of a different license. So I spoke to Heather Jackson about that, and once the water quality stuff is taken care of, the conditional use for expansion's taken care of, the license will be adjusted to reflect the additional sites.
Okay.
So that might wanna be a condition that
Yeah,
once
so let's
that's.
make that a condition.
So I'm gonna mark it as waived. Condition. Waived, is that how I mark it?
No, it's a condition.
Wow, which box do I check, Paul? Jill's gonna wanna know this.
It's
Maybe none of
It's
them.
incomplete as it can, will be used as a
Yeah.
condition.
Breathe slowly.
Completion will be conditioned.
To get too stressed out.
No, check the wrong one, both of us are gonna die.
I'm gonna get an email. I'm gonna get an email.
That's wrong, both of you, right under the bus, you know?
I'm gonna wear a nasty clown face next
A schedule of complete construction, including anticipated beginning and completion dates.
Yes.
Complete.
Sure.
Accurate and complete cost estimates of the development, a time schedule for construction, and sufficient financial information to determine the applicant's financial capacity to meet air and water pollution control standards and other standards and criteria contained herein. The following submissions indicate adequate financial capacity. Letter of a commitment from financial institution or funding agency, the most recent corporate annual report and supporting documents, copies of bank statements or other evidence indicating availability of the unencumbered funds.
I don't think we have cost estimates. Right.
No.
No, we don't have a cost estimate.
We had something from your credit union, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That you had the resources to do
Yeah.
whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Right.
So you have no cost estimates? You must.
I know how much it's gonna cost me to do it, yeah.
There you go.
Is this mostly work you're gonna self-perform with, or are you doing a lot
I
of
have to,
contracting?
right, I have to do, some of the stuff is gonna be farmed out, most of the stuff's gonna be farmed out. As far as digging, there's a lot of ledge in the property, so, I have to dig and see where the ledge is gonna be. Some spots is 4 feet, some spots is 6 feet, some spots is 3 feet, so that's the majority of my cost is gonna be excavating and digging it up in my part, and then for someone to put it in is gonna be minimal at that point.
Yeah, so the electrical and plumbing will have to be done by licensed
Licensed.
electricians and licensed plumbers.
Yeah.
That stuff will have to take care of from that perspective.
So when your credit union says you have the resources to do the project, you gave them a ballpark
Yep,
figure?
I gave them a ballpark of 2,000 to 2,500 per site.
So we're calling that complete?
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Detailed description of the proposed conditional use, how it will operate, and any facts the applicant wishes to bring to the attention of the planning board, including information on financial capacity, neighboring water supplies, design of the project, and other information needed to demonstrate compliance with approval criteria, guidelines, and standards set forth below. That description will include how the proposed use will meet each of the general applicable performance standards of this land use ordinance. In addition to the application of material acquired, the planning board may require the applicant or others to undertake studies when deemed necessary or desirable to protect the public convenience, safety, health, and welfare when considering the application. Excuse me.
Good?
Good.
Complete?
Can I move on? I move to find that this application for conditional use is complete with the condition of receiving the
Condition
state
number 5.
license.
Second.
All those in,
Condition of what?
Receiving the state license.
Thank you.
all those in favor?
Take this off.
We want to head into performance standards next. Does anybody have any other comments?
Yeah.
Public comments? Okay.
Just wanted to hear what they were doing.
Okay.
So, I have to throw a wrench in things, but it's kind of what I do. Looks like the property's held by Durham Leisure Holdings LLC.
Yep.
Is that right? And our application materials and our financial capacity and all of that is in your individual name?
Yeah. We own Durham Leisure Holdings LLC and Durham Leisure Campground Inc.
So, who owns the property? The LLC?
The LLC.
And what does the corporation do? Runs it?
Corporation runs the money.
Is there an agreement between the two?
There's an agreement between the two, yeah, I guess that would be. It's all owned by us.
Right. Am I the only one that cares? The answer is yes. Am I the only one that cares? We can move on.
I don't, it's not an issue for me, it belongs to you too.
Yeah.
You're simply incorporated.
Right.
Yeah. Not a-
That's a lawyer's thing, I guess.
That's what I am.
Yeah, careful how you word it.
Do you want me to say it?
So,
If you think you should, I think you should.
speak.
With the Pinkham Brook LLC, there was
Mhm.
we never required that information. So if we're gonna create a standard, then it should be consistent with that.
Yep.
What was that?
You understand it better.
So I think the issue, so we had a cell tower that went up. It was obviously a much bigger project with a lot more environmental concerns and remedies and all of that good stuff. And they had a similar corporate structure where they were leasing land and ownership, and one was running it, one wasn't. And we wanted to make sure, particularly because the cell tower would have to come down after, I don't know, 20, 30 years, whatever the deal was, we had to make sure there was money there. We required them, because they were doing the same thing. They said, well, we have the same owner for both. And we required them to sort of connect the dots on the corporate ownership and showing financial capacity and making sure we had the right entity sort of on the hook. And the reason I ask, and I mean, the reason you guys have an LLC is protect yourselves.
Yeah.
And so same thing, if something goes wrong and we have financial capacity for you guys, in theory you're protected. We can't go after you guys if, God only knows what happened. I mean, this is a fairly low risk project, which is why I don't want to be more
Right.
difficult than I have to, but we do have a precedent of sort of making people connect those dots and making sure we've got the right company to make sure that the project can get done right and all of our standards can be met and all of that. So that's, does the LLC have a separate bank account from you guys personally? Are you guys gonna finance it for the LLC, or how's the money flow there?
We are going to finance it for the LLC.
Okay. Up to you guys, but I think what I'd be okay with is maybe like a letter of credit or something from you guys to the LLC for the amount of this project, and then we've got the credit union behind it. It's not ideal, but this is a fairly low risk project.
Right. This is a private project too, right? This is not.
They're all private.
But yeah, they all are. But
Yeah, so
I mean,
the town's
the
not taking
idea.
ownership or nothing like that of the project, though.
No, but the idea is if something goes wrong, so you guys, I don't know, there's oil spill on your property, I don't know, pick
Sure.
some wacky thing that could happen. And the town needs to say, all right, you guys got to clean it up.
Mhm.
We have to make sure that the resources are there to get it cleaned up, or to add the buffering, or to,
Mhm.
hire the plumber or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what that financial capacity is there for.
Mhm.
Is it so that if there's ever a problem, we know there are resources there to fix it.
So,
So that's the challenge.
okay, so you want us to write a letter?
We need something to show that the LLC has the funds to complete this project.
So do you need how much are in the funds to back up the project?
Well, so right now, it sounds like everyone else is comfortable with the letter of credit, the letter from your credit union, which we haven't gotten there yet, but it sounds like everyone is. Something basically saying that those funds are accessible to the LLC.
Okay, so like from us to say that
It
we
could
are
be-
willing to put this money to the LLC if something happens, is that kind
Well,
of
and it'd
where-
be, so how's the LLC getting the money to hire the plumber?
Okay.
They're borrowing it from you guys.
Right.
Right.
And I get the,
Right.
I-
We can
I-
just transfer it to the LLC and then get a letter from the bank, give it to you, and then transfer it back to us.
well, but then it's not there anymore
Right, but
for us
that's,
to go after. But that's,
Okay.
Yeah, we just need something that details the connection
Sure.
between you guys and the
Sure.
And the
LLC, even though
LLC.
you're the
so
same
we
net.
can, right, I'll
Okay.
just, we can just have, yeah,
Okay.
I understand now what you're talking about. That's
And
fine.
so do we want the application from the LLC or from them?
I think the application needs to be from the LLC because they don't have right title and interest in the property to apply.
It would if we transfer the money, right, to the LLC?
Well, but
No.
that's
Or
a
no?
different
No,
That's
question.
different, okay.
The LLC is
Yes.
a third entity, so
Okay.
basically you're working for the
Okay.
LLC, not
Right.
separately.
Okay,
Right.
so that just needs.
So there,
That's
so there are
fine.
two
That's not a
issues.
problem.
There's one, which is financial capacity, which we've just been talking about, and the other that John just brought up is whose name the application is in.
Okay.
So, I can't submit an application to do work on Mindy's property because I don't own it.
Okay.
And so technically you guys don't own this property.
Mhm.
The LLC
Right.
owns it.
The LLC.
So I
Okay.
think it's a matter of changing the name on the application.
Right, I think that's a minor
Is
thing,
it, I
but
think what, but yeah.
the
Just to
direction we're
connect it
heading
up.
in, we must as well put
Yep.
all of the, across all the Ts and dot all the Is.
Yeah.
That's fine, we can do that.
Do we want to do that as a condition? Or do we want to have that before we finish our deliberations?
Could probably use it as a condition and keep moving on.
Sufficient financial capacity, you mean?
Yeah.
So we've got a number now, what we're building out, 25 sites at 2,000 to 2,500. Oh God, don't make me do that.
So we just
Talking
need
60.
to get a letter to, I
Oop.
don't know, but they don't, we have to get it from the bank, so
Okay.
we'll just
Oh, yeah.
do it with the LLC and then.
So you're looking
get a
at-
letter from the
27 sites on the plan.
LLC. That's it, that's
Mhm.
all we're looking for. Just switching it
There's
from.
27.
36 total, and there's 9 already,
Right.
right? So
Yeah.
it's 27.
27, yeah.
Oh God, don't make me.
That's total,
That's
yeah.
total, we already have
With the
9
other
up
9.
and running, so.
So 54 grand at a minimum.
Mhm.
Someone check my math.
A lawyer.
No, she's talking money.
What am I doing?
To like 67.5 at a maximum. right? So
Yeah.
that's our
Yeah,
range,
good
54.
job.
Is that sort of your ballpark?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, we're,
Just making sure.
we're more than that, so it's not,
Yeah, we just sold.
it's not an issue, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we just need clarity. It'd be helpful to have something that spoke to the LLC and your estimate is from your credit union was for $65,000 or $70,000, whatever.
So we're gonna
And
make-
I kind of see the work that they're doing. I mean, the hazards they could create that have to be mitigated are pretty
Good possible.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
possible, though.
Yeah, no,
Possible
this
something
is a
happens.
low-risk project from sort of like the public standpoint, I get it.
Yeah.
So why don't we make a condition, we haven't gotten there yet, but why don't we make it a condition that, that the LLC has to show, sufficient financial resources.
And do we
You know,
want
at
the,
least $67,000 in
Mhm.
financial resources to complete this project.
so do we want the
You said
LLC,
67?
Mhm.
67.
do we want the application being from the LLC?
Yeah, the and I think we can just make that
We can
change
just
now
make-
if you guys are okay with it.
Yeah.
Just
Change
change
the
the
Yeah,
name
that's
on the
fine.
Change the
application.
writing, yeah,
So Paul, if you don't mind changing the name on
on the official
the
version.
application.
What's the legal name of the LLC?
Durham Leisure Holdings LLC. Durham Leisure Holdings LLC.
So should we have them submit the LLC papers too to make, as
The incorporation for
Yeah.
the,
a copy of the incorporation
Yeah.
papers? Okay,
so what do
Yep.
we need?
Get the
Great.
minutes for the LLC for this year.
yeah.
The what?
Minutes for the.
To show you're in good standing.
So you're looking, so to see it's good in standing, it's getting the certificate from the state, Secretary of State's page. You guys know how to do that? You go to the Secretary of State's page, you can look up your corporation, and it'll tell you whether you're in good standing with the state based if you filed your reports. And it's like a little printout.
Okay. Yeah, my bank, my clerk,
Okay.
we'll get that, yeah. Thanks.
Did anybody choose to second Ann's motion?
They're not there
I
yet.
don't think we've gotten there yet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
when we get to financial capacity and the
We're
actual.
saving it.
Just right.
All right. Can we go through the criteria?
Do we have that? Do
You don't have a copy?
That's it.
I have? I'm going through this.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh.
got past the,
Oh, there.
Is this someone?
sorry about that.
Do I,
Pat,
do I need, there's the
This
same.
one's for you. You got the extra space.
Don't give it- What day is this?
I know, right?
Okay,
It
I'll
has
figure it out.
definitely been that kind of day.
Figure out what's.
Do you have a copy? Did you give them a copy?
There's enough here. That,
Did I give them a copy?
Yeah.
I should have one. I didn't.
So they can
Jill.
follow along.
does Jill need
He
one?
might have one. Do you have one?
Jill, do you need one of these?
She
I
has
think
one.
I have one.
Okay. You'll return these to Paul
Just set
now.
them on a table right there, John. I'll get them later. Thanks.
Alright. I just don't want to fold them up in my binder.
You gonna read this for a
I can read it,
Go.
that's fine.
Go for it.
What do I call it?
Mike's expressions as he's saying, "Oh,
He's like,
good." Yeah, he's doing.
Oh, you ready? Number 1, will not result in undue water or air pollution.
Complete.
Yeah.
We gotta make a motion.
All right, we're fine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because they're not impacting air or water.
Second.
All those in favor?
Todd, you're gonna make the motion on the next one because I didn't understand all that talk about water.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, totally blank.
Do we have the water report? We have the subsurface.
I said
You have
you
it?
gave us the
No, that's why I had
water
asked him to, if he would give us a copy of the,
Okay, then I thought he said it was in the file, and I just
Yeah, I thought
flipped
you said
through.
it was
Oh,
in
I'm
the
sorry.
Water test? No.
not the test, the flow rate. The water
Yeah,
test
it's in
hasn't,
there,
yeah,
yeah.
the water test
Yeah, it's
hasn't
in
been
there.
completed yet, but the,
Yeah, it's in there from Temple Well Drilling.
Oh.
I have it right here.
I didn't see it. I guess I missed.
Didn't see it either. What am I missing?
We might have both these certificates here.
I don't see it.
No,
Yeah.
sorry, but we don't need it.
Yeah. We didn't put it in. Oh, I don't, no, you guys don't have it.
Well, you don't have a wheel on it.
Oh, this would be incomplete?
Yes. I would.
Let's roll. Yeah, we don't have it, so.
I don't think I brought it.
It's not in the stuff that you just gave us.
No, it's not in there.
no, it's not here.
Okay. I thought I missed it.
It's not here.
Is it on the table?
Yeah, it's at the table at the house.
Paul, you said 25 gallons a day?
20 gallons.
Yeah.
20 gallons a day?
75 gallons per day per site.
75 per day per site. And that's freshwater supply and waste disposal, same number?
It's water supply, period. That's what they
Supply.
require for campgrounds, for
Okay.
water supply. And of course, it translates, most of it translates into wastewater, so.
Okay. Okay, because that matches here. Okay, I'm good.
Sorry.
Okay.
I checked
So
it,
that
at least,
incomplete?
so we have the septic covered,
Yeah.
75 gallons a day. We're just missing the actual water supply.
Right. So we just need a statement from Temple Well Drilling in regards to the capacity of the well to
Yeah,
put
we're just
out the
gonna
proper amount of water.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking at number 2 as being incomplete at the moment.
So is that, are we gonna make that a condition, or are we gonna make her come back for it?
We can like run home.
She can go home and get it right now.
5
Why
minutes
don't we
from
make
now.
it a condition?
Just make it,
Yeah.
I'm okay with making
Mhm.
a condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
800 pieces of paper on our
Good, John
table.
made that motion, I
Make a
seconded
motion.
it. We're all in favor?
All those in favor?
Who seconded it, John?
Me.
I made the motion.
Yeah.
And
I
seconded?
seconded it.
Sorry about that.
Oh, did we have a vote?
Absolutely.
Yes, we all were in favor.
All those in favor? All right. So we're looking at that as a condition.
Yes.
All right, number 3.
Will not cause unreasonable soil erosion or reduction in the capacity of the land to hold water so that dangerous or unhealthy condition may result.
I move that this project will not cause unreasonable soil erosion due to the land already being previously developed.
Second.
All those in favor?
Will not cause highway or public road congestion or unsafe conditions with respect to use of the highway or public road existing or proposed.
So the state came down and looked at the entrance and had no problem?
No, they did a topo of it before and after 2003, I believe it was, and they said that it was fine, it's grandfathered, and it's an entrance, not a driveway. So even if we expand use from what it's at, there's a
So a letter from the DOT rep is in the,
Says
is in the
it's fine.
package.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's their road. If they said it's fine.
Mhm. Move to find that the project will not cause highway or public road congestion or unsafe conditions based on the evidence of the review by Maine DOT.
Second.
All those in favor?
Sorry, I'm going. Will provide for adequate sewage disposal in conformity with the state plumbing code and all other applicable regulations.
You on a roll, John?
What's that?
You on a roll?
Okay, why not? I move that this project, the applicant has submitted evidence that this project complies with state plumbing code and applicable regulations.
Second.
All those in favor?
The proposed development will have adequate fire protection.
Hmm.
You're filling in that little frog pond, right?
No.
You're not. Oh, NERPA just said you could?
Yeah.
They said we could fill it in but not make it bigger. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we
Yeah.
said, okay.
Okay,
So
so
what's the fire protection out there?
where is your fire protection?
There isn't fire extinguishers.
But there's no
Fire pond. Or
fire pond or
No. Each site has
swamp?
the hoses.
There is
What would
a,
be-
There's no buildings we're
I don't
looking
know.
for.
I don't, yeah, I'm
forest
gonna
fires.
say, I don't know that
this
this,
Yeah.
could,
I
Anything
feel
else?
like
Ordinance. but-
There is a fire pond within 1,000 feet of the site,
where?
Whippoorwill Lane. There's one right at the end of Whippoorwill Lane.
there's no stand there.
I thought there was a
There's
stand
no
there.
hydrant there.
There's no
no
hydrant
dry
there?
hydrant
Nope.
there.
So what if we
The
make a
hydrant.
motion?
Each site has water hookups, is that off?
No,
Yeah, I don't
that's
think
not,
that's gonna be
that's not
enough.
what they're
Fire
after.
protection.
Well, that new Chickadee Lane, do they have a fire,
No, the
thing in
one,
there?
the one, there is one down on the pond on Rabbit Road.
Yeah.
It's within your distance,
Is that within a mile?
Yeah.
Okay,
'cause I know.
that's because you were just past the
I know.
mile mark.
That's funny.
So the mile limit is sort of the standard for access to enough water to deal with fire, and I think after that, it's gonna be that all of the access roads and circulatory roads meet the NFPA standards for the fire department to make sure they can get rescue vehicles
Mhm.
and trucks in.
So do we decide there is a water source or there's not a water source?
Well, there is within a mile.
Okay, then I'm gonna move to find that it's complete because there's a water source within a mile.
Second.
All those in favor?
And if they
that's
can
the
get a 90-foot
standard in our subdivision.
RV in, can probably get an engine down
Density
there.
and all
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah.
You just have one come through and go, oh geez.
Will not have an undue adverse effect on the scenic or natural beauty of the area. Aesthetics, historic sites, or rare or replaceable natural areas. Any deer wintering areas identified by the Maine Department of Fish and Wildlife or other agency, or any public rights for physical or visual access to water bodies.
I move to find that it will not have any adverse effect because this has been there for a long time. And it will be fully screened from neighbors.
Second.
All those in favor?
Is
Marie?
You have to
Okay.
wait on number 8.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to skip to number 9. The applicant has adequate financial and technical capacity to meet the standards required by this ordinance.
So I'm gonna move to find that it's incomplete and put it as a condition
Condition.
that we previously discussed.
Second.
All those in favor?
Whenever situated in whole or in part within 250 feet of any pond, lake, stream, or river waters will not adversely affect the quality of such body of water or unreasonably affect the shoreline of such body of water.
I'm gonna move to find that it does not apply, because
Not
there is
apply.
not a water body within 250.
What about that little pond?
Rock pond.
We're in class
Oh,
broad
the other
ponds.
one.
Seconded.
Sorry, who seconded that?
Oh, all those in favor?
We're gonna make sure Jill catches that piece.
Number 10 is not applicable.
Thank you, Todd.
Will not alone or in conjunction with existing activities adversely affect the quality or quantity of groundwater?
I move to find that this won't adversely affect the quality or quantity because they're not discharging anything or.
Second.
All those in favor?
The applicant will determine based on the FEMA flood boundary and floodway maps and flood insurance rate maps whether the site of the proposed use is in a flood-prone area. If the site of proposed use or any part of it is in such an area, the applicant will determine the 100-year flood elevation and flood hazard boundaries within the site. Yada, yada, yada.
I'm gonna move to find that that's not applicable because they're not in a flood.
Second.
All those in favor? 13.
Will not have an adverse impact on spawning grounds, fish, aquatic life, bird, or other wildlife habitat.
I'm gonna find that it won't have any adverse effect because this is low impact.
Second.
All those in favor?
Will not cause noise, odor, glare, or vibration to disturb the peaceful enjoyment of adjacent property.
I'm gonna move to find that it will not cause those things because
Proper buffering,
it's
Just because.
just because.
just because. They shut everything off at 11 o'clock, I believe.
Fully
right?
buffered and
Right, There's
regulation.
no power.
Buffered by
Is it 10 o'clock?
It's 10. 10 for them, 8 for us.
Yeah, right. Shut the light off when you're done.
I will
Well-
second that.
All those in favor?
Will not place an excessive burden on the ability of the town to provide municipal, governmental, or educational services.
I'm gonna move to find that that's met because the campers are not putting small children through our school systems or using other municipal services.
Second.
All those in favor?
Go back to number 8.
Going back to 8, I am worried about the setbacks. So in rural residential, that's a side lot line, commercial industrial is 100 feet. You don't have that.
The sites are 100 feet. The only issue is the couple sites that have that little pie-shaped piece are within 57
Right.
feet.
We went and measured the other day, so there's only 2 sites.
Yeah, because I remember talking to
Or
Paul.
next to
it
that
was
little
like 110, 112 back from the sites that are there to the center of the road. But that pie-shaped piece that the school owns is 57 feet, which is
To the center of the road, the old abandoned road?
Old abandoned road, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's your property line, it's not a road.
Right, yeah,
Right.
yeah, the property line, yeah. It's like a highway now, they got
Those-
logging in
Yeah,
there.
it's not.
Is pre-existing, those pre-existing lots?
Yes.
The ones that are within 57 feet are part of the 9?
No.
No,
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 they're
no, no.
pretty-
Oh, but
Those are the
they
ones-
were-
As in,
Right, they were there, yes.
They were there.
the ones that were shut down a while back.
Yes, pre-existing, yeah.
But this has to be reviewed as new.
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Right.
They were approved at one time. And
So
that statute has not changed.
Still using
the
that
way
piece.
I see it, we can either approve it without those 2 sites, or you can get a variance on the setback for those 2 sites. Or everyone can outvote me, and that's fine too.
Either that or go to the town and buy that little piece of pie.
it says that they have to maintain a fence around it and all this stuff, and if you look, there's like a little barbed wire that they had before, it's like 1800 and something, I'm like, wow.
What did you say it was used for? Or what?
It was a
It's a
school.
It was a school.
Was it
The
the
deed's in there.
Yeah, there's a deed, I put a copy of the deed in the packet, just so
It just has
people
old
would
trees
know.
on it now that people
It's
don't.
small, it's like a little 50 by,
Is it
100
considered like a
quarter
historic
acre or
site?
whatever, or, I don't know.
Like a dumping ground.
I wonder who actually owns it now.
Town.
We wondered that
Town
too.
and school.
The town would own it.
The town.
Town would own it.
It's a town.
Do we know the lot number? We could look it up.
What is our lot
It's
number?
actually
I wonder if it's
identified
even
as a lot.
shown.
I wonder.
Is that what this deed is? Oh, yeah.
I think I might have put the deed in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the deed for that. That's what you're looking at there.
Map 2.
If it shows, it probably doesn't show
It's on map 2.
map 2.
He's on lot 13. I'm not sure what the, I don't
Yeah,
even think that little
13
pie-shaped piece is
Doesn't
marked.
show it at all.
No.
The typical with most of the early town plots around town like this, there's nothing in the file on them other than that they're owned by the town and what the origin date was of their, you know. Because there's one where across from Pound Road, the town owns its access to the cemetery, and there's like several acres there. There's nothing in the file other than owned by the town since 1762 or something.
Well,
So the ordinances haven't changed. The last time this came before the planning board was in '87, and somehow they approved this.
You
Well-
really don't want to look in this file.
Oh, no, I have no illusions.
Take your glasses off first.
I got some right here
Yeah,
if you want to take a gander.
2 weeks going through records on this particular location to try to figure out what went on here in the past, and it was just, you don't want to look.
We're still trying to figure it out.
I mean, as Ann said, the easiest thing would be to simply
I
drop
can
out
say
drop
this,
out
that
those
the
two
owners
sites.
of this property in the past had come before the planning board, and everything that went on there was approved by the planning board.
Yeah.
So it's a municipal,
Something.
bump in the road here, but,
Yeah.
so that's why I encourage them to come forward with it, because there was nothing there that was either previous owner or these guys in regards to any discrepancies in the file.
So if you made the application without those two sites,
what if we put a condition that they can't do those two sites, go to the town and buy the piece of land?
or something.
I bet the town would be happy to.
The town gives a piece of land to the homeowner as a good gesture. They're gonna tax
Well-
it for it anyway.
Charges premium tax on it next to the campground.
Since they probably don't even know they exist.
Right.
Yeah.
The
no,
problem
they
is that
don't.
somebody wired it off, so now
Yeah.
there's wires all over that are, you know, like bob wire, that's
Huh.
just all over the place, and they use it as a dumping ground, so it's just a
How
bunch
did
of
they
junk.
get to it?
So at some point, whether they have
There's
to.
a logging
That
road.
right
The
away.
logging
It's, there's
road.
nothing's been, there's trees like that.
Old schoolhouse
There's
road.
nothing-
So
It's all
so
treed out.
you guys are hoping farther down the road to continue to do more expansion and work on the property in the future? Is that, or is this pretty much what you see as what you can manage?
We
far as your
are gonna
capacity.
put this in and see what's going on and then
One step at
go,
a time, I
go
think,
from
and
there,
see.
yeah, I mean, you know, yeah.
Okay.
So here's my motion, and you guys can vote it up or down. I'm gonna move to find that 8 is not met, but with the condition that they maintain the 100-foot buffer. And so they can do that however they want. Maintain the 100-foot buffer or maintain the 100-foot side setback or obtain a variance. So you guys can do that however you want, whether you buy the piece, you don't build those two sites, you know, whatever you decide to do.
Mhm.
So that's my motion.
Second. That makes perfect sense to me.
It does.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it leaves you a couple avenues.
That would allow you to go ahead with
Okay.
with much of what you want to do, and then your variance would be on those two sites.
I'd suspect one easy avenue. The town doesn't even know they own it.
Right, yep.
Mm.
It would cost more in
They could make
conveyance
taxes on it,
to buy it.
which they haven't in many years. Yeah, clean it up.
There's a motion.
It's
All
been
the,
seconded.
seconded, all those in favor?
Sorry. Kicking your
Keep
tires.
it.
It's good you picked that up.
So, I'm gonna move to approve the permit, or approve the application with the conditions that we previously stated.
There is a section 3 at page 67 on campgrounds, that is a
Yeah.
requirement for special requirement that also needs to be reviewed.
Page 67?
Yeah,
Fine.
sorry.
Shouldn't be that easy.
Do I have what?
Did you make a copy of that?
No, I did not. I just figured everybody just grab their ordinance and look at it.
Alright, wait a minute, let me see if I can find it. Under land use?
Yeah. Page 67.
So, I'm gonna suggest we just talk through to make one motion at the end of it.
Yep.
So, they've got at least 20 acres, right?
86.
And all camping units or structures shall be located at least 100 feet from any property line and 400 feet from any residence. So we already talked about the 100 feet. That's gonna be a condition. I think we're 400 feet from any residence, right?
I'm not certain of that. There is
Is
one
there, what's
residence-
on the other side of it?
There's one residence that shares the access to leisure campground.
That is for your notes?
But
No, there's not enough
That
space
would
for
be-
notes. I'll wait on a separate piece of
Yeah,
paper.
What a ways down the road.
Cabins, that would be,
What kind of notes am I supposed to be? If there's no motions, then.
well,
Is
all
she
the,
gonna make
all the new,
motions?
all the new ones are gonna be.
One motion
No, we're
at
gonna
the
make
end.
one motion at the end.
At the end.
Scrambled it.
For the campgrounds?
Yes. So is there a residence within 400 feet? And where is it?
Farlands.
400 feet?
400
Oh,
feet of
okay.
any
Yeah.
site.
What's the distance to that?
There is a house within 400 feet of the existing, of a proposed site, yeah.
Of a proposed site?
Yeah, of one of the sites, yeah.
Which one?
Sammy and
It'd be where
Joe.
the old cabin fell down. Well, you don't know,
Yeah.
you know where the old cabin fell
Yeah,
down?
We all know where they are.
Want me to get the big map out?
Yeah, it's the-
See? That out. Okay. That would be
yeah, this is,
Sorry. Trying not to whack him in the head, sorry.
that's her house right there, the square, and that's the campground from there.
So is it this little corner one?
This is where the old cabin fell down, this is where the site would be, but I
Okay.
don't know what this distance is, it's quite,
Can we just scale,
actually, yeah, you could, yeah,
Scale it.
before, yeah.
But that's,
check it, see if.
So on the smaller map, that is labeled
I've
cabin,
got
right?
a tape measure.
There's something on here that says cabin?
Yeah, that's an existing cabin.
Oh, okay, it's
Yeah.
not the one that fell down.
No,
no,
no.
that's a site that's already in use currently.
Yes.
The cabin or
The
the one
yellow
that's?
one.
No, that's,
No.
Yellow one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Orange ones are open.
that was an old cabin that fell down, it's. we were
You're
just
talking
gonna
about
put it-
this campsite
That one right here.
and its proximity to this house, this site here.
Yes, yep, that's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So Mindy, is this one right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Assume there's one on
1
there.
inch equals 100 feet.
Yep.
Yeah, they're about 425 feet.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so campsites shall be laid out and screened, blah, blah, blah. They're leaving up a vegetative buffer, so I'm good with that. Overnight sleeping is gonna be allowed in RVs. Tent sites
No tent site, because we don't have a.
and sites for RVs shall be laid out so that the density of each developed acre does not exceed 11 campsites per acre. So how many acres are just the campsites?
I would not know.
More than 3?
Well, again, you
More
can
than
scale.
3, all the sites are 50 by 50 or 70 by 30 or, they're at least 2,500 square feet, that's the minimum for the state. So you can't have more than, I think it's 10 per acre.
Yeah, so ours doesn't allow you to exceed 11 per acre,
Exceeds
Right,
11.
you can't have more than 10 per acre for a state requirement.
and you meet that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Well, there you go.
Good.
Is the soil okay? Moderate or slight?
It's all gravel over there, and I'm talking gravel.
Gravel and rock.
Rock, oh,
Right.
Volkswagens in the ground.
So they won't cover more than 20% of the land.
No, we're just digging trenches at that point.
Campsites, roads.
So do we meet that? Somebody do math.
Shall not cover more than 20% of the land allocated to the allocated.
The whole lot, the boundary says campground lot. So
That's just,
what do you
that's just
call?
conveyed. That's not broken off, that's just what they
Right.
were gonna convey it as breaking it off, cause they were,
Okay,
when they originally, they broke off, well, they didn't break it off, they conveyed 3 separate pieces to try and sell it individually if they could, but they never did, so all that was just conveyed, but it was never broken off,
okay,
that's all that is.
I getcha.
Well, is the full piece of land allocated to the campground?
Yes.
Trails and stuff.
It
Minus
certainly,
the cell tower easement.
yeah. Certainly isn't more than 20% of coverage. If you look at the rest of that
Are we
land.
on the soil or are we on the,
Oh,
No, we're on
Rest-
G.
On G.
oh, I got you, okay.
So for net density, is that what you're talking about now?
Camp,
Well, we're talking,
Camp-
yeah.
campsites, roads, and associated facilities.
So you said you had 86 acres?
And this is only
Oh,
taking
where
up
it's
3,
from what's in front, I think.
3 or 4? Did you say that scaled out at, what, 3 or 4 acres?
I didn't, he said it met the density rules for the state, which are more stringent than ours, so I stopped measuring.
Okay.
You want me to keep measuring?
I see 86 acres and I don't see much more
So
than.
20%
Plus
on an
it's-
86, it'd be
Yeah.
22 acres, 21 and a half acres,
Mm.
just for the campground area,
Mm.
is that correct?
You-
We're contingent on state approval license, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But the density per acre is different than the
Coverage.
coverage,
Lot
than
coverage.
the lot coverage requirement. They're two different requirements. One is how many sites per acre, the other one is how much area of your total parcel of land the entire campground takes up in percentages.
Oh, okay.
It shall not cover more than 20% of the land.
So in that case, that would, at 86 acres, that would put you at 21 and a half acres for the campground.
So we're good.
Okay. So that's what, must be what that lot was broken off for, that 20-something acres campground lot.
Right.
Is this whole big thing yours?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just woods.
That's
Yeah.
less than 20% then.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Alright, so I think that's met. Very
Yep.
specific
Yeah, I'm good.
information there.
I was gonna say.
She's probably just looking at
So the
So-
area setback 250 feet, that doesn't apply. Not in a resource protection zone, there isn't any, or there is, but just a little bit in the front.
And it's, along the entry, and that was considered previous to NERPA, so it's
Mhm.
been,
Yep.
up by DEP, it's been allowed as grandfather.
Yep, and there are no RVs going there. Water, sewage, sanitary stations, convenience facilities. So when I make my motion, I'm gonna add a condition that they comply with the Maine State Plumbing Code
Mhm.
and DHHS regulations.
Of course.
And there's some uniqueness in this particular one in the case of fewer than one toilet or lab for every tenting, and these guys are doing
Right.
specific
Not
doing
RV
any-
sites.
Right, yep.
So that there's no approval for tenting sites in this
Just gonna ask you that
convention,
question.
so
Mm.
if they were to do that at a later date, they'd have to put in a bathroom facility.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So, right, but if, would we have to come back to the board to put in a bathroom facility and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
you'd have to amend your permit.
Okay.
And what was the second part of what you're gonna make as a condition?
I'll say it all when I get to the motion part.
So there's no facilities.
No, it's all full hookups and it has to be a self-contained camper.
Okay.
That's what's there now, so.
So
We'll probably do something of that sort later, but.
Yeah.
It's not the rules.
Do the rules limit how long you can be there?
How long you can be there?
Yeah, how many days, how many months?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna make that a condition. Cause we've got a
Okay.
limit that you can only have a camper on one particular camping space for 12 weeks from May 15 to September 15, and 2 weeks for any other period of time.
Say that again?
So
Okay.
So you can't have winter camping?
No, it's not what she said.
for
Read that.
more than 2 weeks at a time
It's not that
in
you.
one space. So if I come and park in a space, I can't stay there for more than 2 weeks in the wintertime
In the winter.
until apparently I move to a different space.
We're open year round, so we'd have to shut down during the wintertime.
No,
No,
they can't let
You just
anyone
can't
stay
have
in one
one-
spot for
yeah.
more than 2 weeks.
You don't want,
You can't, it's impossible to do that because in the wintertime you have to skirt your camper off or the whole thing will freeze.
You can't pull the whole skirt up and.
Yeah, you have to, it's tented off. The people that are there now, the whole thing's tented off and then they heat it. So every 2 weeks in January, you can't move your camper 2 weeks and then skirt it back off. That doesn't make any sense.
See, that's
so then
one.
you're gonna have to apply for a variance on that one.
Who would I apply for a
To the,
variance?
to the Board of Appeals.
Board of
Appeals.
Appeals.
Okay.
So we're gonna make it a condition, and if you can get a variance from it, then that's, there we go. I don't think L applies.
No.
Okay. So I am gonna make a motion.
Write this on the big paper.
The big paper.
I feel like this would be lawns and.
I am gonna make a motion to find that they meet the campground's requirements with the conditions that they comply with all Maine State plumbing and DHHS requirements, if any. That they comply with the time limits in
Item K.
3K, yeah, so what is it? Article 7, no, that's wrong.
use specific performance standard.
So which article is it?
So, it says A, but it's use specific performance standards.
I have a question. Normally, when somebody calls a campground and they want to be a seasonal there, they're open for between 4 and 5 months and they pick a spot and they stay on that spot. So why would that be an issue, I guess, is what I'm wondering.
Because that's what our ordinance says.
That's what it says.
I have no idea why it's in there.
Okay, is that something that who
We'd
would?
have to go to the Board of Appeals.
Okay,
Yeah, you'll need a variance.
okay.
All right, so they're gonna have to comply with Article 6. Something, letter,
A,
no,
I don't know, it's not,
F?
but
6F maybe?
It's under A.
A?
Let's
it
use
says A,
standards.
but it's probably, it's a typo.
Oh, of course it is. We just redid this thing. Whatever, 6A free campgrounds, little K. Is that it?
That's why I was saying use specific performance standards for campgrounds.
Sure. What John said.
Use specific performance standards.
For campgrounds. Requirement K. Did I get all the conditions?
Financial, technical capacity.
Yeah, why didn't we get
Why
there?
didn't that come out of, I was wondering the same thing.
I wrote it down on this other thing.
Do we have to go through conditional use and,
Did we go through conditional use already?
Yeah, we did, that's the,
Yeah, we did.
You've
that's,
already
that's,
done that part.
that's the.
that was
Yeah,
the
but
first
why
checklist?
didn't we get to financial and technical capacity?
Right,
I thought that's what the
We
letters
did.
and all that stuff.
No, we
from
didn't, that was
credit
the
union.
application.
right, that with the
Checklist.
application checklist.
No, I wrote it down. Sufficient LLC has to show sufficient. Oh, was that, no.
It was in the application. Oh, no, it is approval criteria.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Did approve
we did, number 9.
criteria, but held off on the
Number 9.
Under
motion.
number 9, under the
Approval
approval criteria,
criteria.
the applicant has adequate financial and technical capacity to meet the standards as required by this ordinance.
Did we have that conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah, we gotta get a
Conditional-
letter to the
No, you
others,
didn't,
whatever.
because
Oh,
you,
it's just right on the
So that
back.
was in connection
That
with the
was-
application.
Same
It's just
Yeah, see, we marked it incomplete and we made a
Okay.
condition.
Perfect,
All right.
Right,
go with it.
Yeah.
got that.
Okay.
We have to work that into.
It's getting late.
After 8 o'clock. And it's getting tired.
Have to go to
we
bed.
Is
want,
this the end of your motion?
Yes.
we want the LLC in
Can you
there, too.
reread it? Sorry.
Motion was that this meets the campground requirements with the conditions that it complies with Main State Plumbing and DHHS requirements, if any, and complies with the time limits in Article 6, Section A, little k,
3K.
of the use-specific performance standards for campgrounds. What's the end?
I've got conditional on number 2.
Who seconded that one?
Nobody.
They're still
Water,
talking.
water supply.
Need a copy of the water
Need a
flow
copy of the
capacity
water
from Temple.
supply.
But that's not part of this campground criteria. We're
Right,
gonna motion
just a
that-
motion on the
I will
campground,
second
guys.
the motion on the
Thank
campground
you,
criteria.
John.
Okay. All those in favor? All right.
So my question is, in regards to variance. If they intend to go for a variance according to the ordinance,
We do.
a variance, which you do,
Oh, yes.
then a variance needs to be acquired before the condition of approval can be approved, before the application can be approved,
We can't make it the variance a condition.
not according to our ordinance.
Huh.
It says in the ordinance, any variance is required for conditional use must be acquired before planning board approval.
Well, then I don't plan on going for a variance then.
Well,
Then a variance can't be part, then you have, the
Certain amount
only
of time.
option you have is to scratch those 2 sites, or find a way to comply with the distance by buying the property.
Well, no, I'll do the variance.
No, yeah, he's just
All right.
kidding.
oh, well, let's
So,
see.
Dan, you're the one who would be in the know on this
Time.
one. Help me out with that part.
I don't know, what is the question?
If the ordinance requires that they get a variance before the planning board can approve their conditional use, can a variance be a condition of conditional use?
The only,
I don't.
It doesn't.
The only-
Which section?
I'm sure that's not covered.
So, now I have to find the thing you brought up.
I don't know, maybe we could just rewrite this ordinance so that it actually makes sense.
Why didn't we do that?
Contract zoning would be great for this town.
Yeah. Technically, we don't even have zoning.
Save a lot of work for you guys. That's what they're talking about now.
Now I have to find it.
if they're gonna go to,
Lot coverage, lot, well, maybe they can't even get a variance. Variances may be granted only from lot area, lot coverage, lot width, and setbacks, so they can get it for the
Setback.
setback. You can't on the winter thing. There's no variance available for that.
Did you find it?
I'm looking. Well, it's gonna take me a while to dig it up, but I know it's here.
That's for the.
But it's been a conversation piece.
Mhm.
Do you have that? That's yours. That's your plot plan too.
Well, what do we think?
We'll be lucky and it's not in here.
I'm gonna say, I'm not seeing that.
Page 51. Application for conditional use development shall be considered complete or may be acted upon until all variances which may be
not be acted.
required first have been obtained from the Board of Appeals.
Yes, thank you.
So it's back in our section, not,
Yep, so we can't act on it without until they get the variance.
Well-
Page 51, item 5.
Which may be required for proposed development first has been obtained.
Well, if they know the time limits.
What's that?
If they know the time limits, then
The time limits for what?
what do they need a variance for?
The setback.
The
Setbacks on those two lots. We tell them they can't develop those two lots until they get that.
So,
But
They
this
don't
says
need
we-
a
it says
variance.
we can't-
They would have to amend their application in order for that to be the case. You can't tell them they can't develop the two. They have to amend their application to exclude those two.
Mhm.
And then apply for a variance to re-include them, which means it would have to come back.
back here.
Mhm.
So it's either, it goes on hold till they go to the Board of Appeals, or they amend the application.
So they could get approval on 25 sites tonight and deal with the other 2 sites if they amend their application?
They would have to come back before the board to amend their conditional use application after they've received the variance. That make sense?
Yes.
Am I clear? Ken?
Yeah.
Okay.
So did you guys follow that? So basically, we can approve, I think, we can approve your application tonight without those 2 sites that don't meet the distance, the
Mhm.
site distance.
Well, that's what I said.
If you want to add the, well, and what Paul's saying is you'd have to ask us to do that. So you'd have to basically say, we're
And then
taking
you-
out those 2 sites.
So I'd have to
Here's
come
our
back through
application.
the whole process.
Nope, you tell us that tonight and that's how we approve it.
Okay.
Okay.
And then when
That's
you
your
want to
choice.
include them, if you come back, if you get a variance and you want to then include them in the process, then yes, you have to come back before the board to get approval for the inclusion of those 2 with the variance in hand.
So you basically ask us tonight, you say, all right, we want to change what we're asking for.
Mhm.
We don't want to have those 2 sites. We say, yep, go do it. We've got some conditions for you. You can go start tomorrow. If you decide you want to add those 2 sites in later, you've got to go to the ZBA, get your variance,
Mhm.
and then come back to us for approval for those 2 sites. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Mhm.
So what do you want to basically?
Or, I mean, the other option is you can say, nope, I wanna keep this full application, you go to the ZBA, we've already done all this work, if you get your variance, we approve it as it is, but you can't start work tomorrow, basically.
How long is it before I can see the board?
When's the next ZBA meeting?
They don't have a regular meeting.
Right.
You have to file
Have
an
to apply.
application. The notice process. It usually takes about 30 days to set up a hearing.
We'll just approve it as it is.
Without,
Without the two.
without
We'll
Without
just
the
go
two.
back
Yeah,
through,
we have
because
to go
we'll have to go, yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
that's your best bet.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to be clear, we're approving this without those two campsites that are within less than 100 feet of that little triangle.
So we're amending it to 25 campsites, right?
Yes.
They have to maintain a fence.
Yeah, they don't have numbers.
Why don't we bring that up now? No.
Is that a motion?
So I'm making a motion to approve the amended
25 cents?
application with all the conditions that we've talked about throughout the course of the night.
Second.
And those conditions are,
Oh, God.
can we go over, just to make sure
No,
that
I think
they,
that's a good idea.
that they know?
Condition that the LLC has to show sufficient financial resources of at least 67,000 or thereabouts.
Is that down 6,700?
I think, Paul, we were going to do that tonight, was have the application come from the LLC.
Yes, we
Yes.
are,
Okay.
we're amending the application to reflect that it is
So
coming
that-
from the LLC.
That part's all set, right?
Yeah, we'll just write it in, these guys will write it in. We're done.
I just have one quick question. Who would I go see to buy this piece of property with
The
dollar
select
lines
board.
and stuff
It's
like
the
that?
town.
The select
Come
board
before the
is saying
select
that.
board and ask them if they would authorize
Okay.
the sale of the property.
Select board.
So they'll give you whatever the town policy is on that stuff and
Okay.
should take care of it.
What else is?
Copy of the LLC incorporation papers and certificate of good standing from the Secretary of State.
We got that, yeah.
I have that, okay. Oh, right here.
And then for the campground requirements, condition that it complies with Maine
Was-
State, what's that?
Sorry.
Do you want me to keep reading?
Yes, sorry.
Maine State plumbing and DHHS requirements, if any, and comply with the time limits in Article 6, Section A, use specific performance standards for campgrounds. Those were the conditions I had written. And made the motion, Mike seconded.
Yep. Okay, all those in favor? So what are we gonna do with the conditions? Can you verify that the conditions have been met?
That's what you pay me to do.
That's right. See, that's all clear, so you're gonna bring it to him.
Just to be really clear for you guys, if you do wind up purchasing this from the town, you will still have to come back to
Come
the
back.
board to amend your permit, but all your material is active right now, so it's
Okay.
not like anything is gonna change, so you
Gonna
should
take
be able to.
Yeah, I
work-
just didn't want to have to come up with all the paperwork and all that stuff over again. That was my question.
I'm just
yeah.
making it clear that you understand. Your two options
Mhm.
at this point are buy the property, get a variance. Those two can be included, okay? So whichever way you decide to go is,
Yep.
you know,
Okay.
provided it works, it works.
Okay.
It won't be this,
What's that?
won't be quite the same process.
Well, the same process,
It'll
but
be the
you've
same
got all
process,
the
but we have all
material.
your materials.
Materials.
Try to be the first one on the agenda, so you don't sit through somebody else's.
You don't wait until 2027.
We'll keep all the material for a month or two.
No, that's
No,
fine.
that's good. Thank you,
Right.
everybody, for your time tonight.
Yeah, thank you, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I think I got everything.
All right, so we had other stuff on the agenda, Paul. Yeah, push through more.
Yeah.
Coffee?
Did you read the Guilford decision on signage?
The Reed?
Okay.
Huh?
Reed?
It was the one from Arizona? I thought it was
Yeah.
Reed versus the
Yeah.
town of Guilford?
Yes.
Okay,
No, that's the one,
Yeah,
yeah.
love it.
Ooh, hot dog. That's a hot topic these days in our business. So essentially what, and I hope Ann will either verify or correct me, one or the other. essentially, the Supreme Court of the United States came down that signage is free speech. And therefore, any restrictions or exceptions made for signage cannot be done by the content of the sign.
So size, dimension, font are okay, but we can't say what the words are.
Location, duration, you can do temporary signs, you can't say what kind of temporary signs, you can't say religious signs, you can't say, if you have to read
So
the
you can't
sign.
even say like directional signs
Right.
versus business signs.
Right.
Like
So-
you can't distinguish.
You have to read the sign to determine what it's doing, and you're using the reading of that sign in your, as a way of managing your ordinance, it's no longer valid. So
Sure.
you can't say, okay, directional signs have to be. So, it's a little bit, confusing at this point
This
as
is
to where it's
Dory
gonna go
Hallman.
from here.
Do we have any ordinances that impacts? Do we have signage ordinance?
Yes,
Yes.
it doesn't, it takes out about a little more than half of our sign ordinance.
Perfect.
Tom.
So that's for you to enforce.
Dory
That's it.
Hallman.
So MnDOT's kind of going in circles on this because there's
Mhm.
also additional restrictions that have come through under state statute that was voted in last year in regards to political signs, temporary signs in the right of way and so on.
And
MnDOT's hoping somebody will help them because they only got one person to do this. And I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm pretty sure no one volunteered to step in. So part of the ordinance change stuff that we're doing this year is we're gonna have to have some discussion, and I've done a preliminary on the signage part to get you guys to look at and decide how and what we wanna regulate. We can regulate by size, and so on, but other than that, we're gonna be fairly restricted on what we can do.
So that goes back, I was thinking, like, wasn't there a big dust up about a sign in Rumford or something like that that was
you on it, you were there.
advertising, like,
You
using,
were there.
gosh, there was a big dust up recently. It just makes me think of that.
Yeah, well, there's a whole bunch of that stuff. If somebody puts up something offensive, there's
Right.
nothing you can do about it. You
Yeah.
know, you don't like it, you have to go look at the other side of the road when you drive by.
And you'll send to me when you're done.
Okay.
It's, so
Thanks.
that's just another portion of the ordinance that's gonna have to go through change this year. And that one's actually gonna have to go through. There's this, so we'll put it as a separate article for town meeting and with an explanation that we need to comply with federal freedom of speech laws. It's considered free speech.
First Amendment is not our friend.
It's just getting too convoluted to understand
It's
just
so
exactly
hard.
what speech is.
It's so hard to implement. It's so hard to implement.
Oh, yeah, and it's just too hard to determine what it is, what comes to play here. It's,
All right, so we're gonna set our next meeting for ordinance rewrite stuff?
Yeah, we probably should.
Because the last one was a complete utter failure. I was here at one time, and Mike and I were here at one point, and
There was only a couple of us
yeah,
here.
and well, Mindy came later.
Well, Ann and I came
And
at the
with
time that
Ann.
we all agreed upon.
What time was it?
6:30, like we always do.
Yeah,
Wait, what time were
We had 6.
because that was what was in the. I came then because that was what was in the news blast, and I assumed I put it in my calendar wrong.
Yeah, that's what I did. News blast at 6.
When did we
Really?
leave? 6:20?
We just missed Mindy. I was leaning against the guardrail in the neighborhood when Mindy drove out and was like, "What are you doing?" I had a beer in my hand. I was like,
That might make ordinance review a little more fun.
Right.
Just saying.
Are we still on?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
You gonna finish up, Todd?
Well,
"We want to set our ordinance rewrite while we're on."
Yeah.
My computer, my phone is out, so. don't
We were
know
doing those
calendar.
on
bigger than mine.
Tuesdays,
Yeah, we were doing Tuesdays, right? Maybe it was.
right? Tuesdays work for me.
So,
Tuesdays
So
are
last Tuesday, the select board meets every other Tuesday. Yesterday was a board meeting. So I am not in on the 11th, so hopefully we won't pick that day.
Okay.
So that would be,
So the
the
next,
11th is a select board meeting anyway,
So we could do the 18th.
so it looks like the 18th, if you want to do Tuesday or yesterday.
Yesterday,
Let's do
definitely.
yesterday.
We did it yesterday. Weren't you here?
Yes, they've been back.
Luckily, I was just here yesterday, but I think that was Monday night.
We were here Monday.
So is it the 18th?
18th,
And what time?
6:30,
for the record.
6:30.
6:30, okay.
Ordinance.
And that's for the ordinance.
Mhm.
Deal.
Don't worry, John, I'll make sure that you
Not sitting at the guardrail drinking a beer with the neighbors.
grab it out of here. Yeah.
6:30 on the 18th.
Okay, got it.
All right. Our next planning board meeting is
6:30,
Wednesday,
6.
November 2nd,
Yes.
beginning at 7 o'clock.
Oh, I move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Okay, now we can.
Now we turn it off.
Wait,
We cannot take that long for this meeting.
He's about to kill me.
Want me to read faster?
No, we need to streamline this process.
We need
Somehow.
the applications to be organized.
I know.
I do have a question.
Could've been a lot
And I don't
better.
know, I don't wanna go, I don't know, 'cause it's not anything about a specific application really, but, so,